Judaism by Tucker Bradley. Introduction. Judaism is the religion, philosophy, and way of life of the Jewish people, originating in the Hebrew Bible, also known as the Tanakh, and explored in later texts such as the Talmud. It is considered by Jews to be the expression of the covenantal relationship God developed with the children of Israel. Judaism claims a historical continuity spanning more than 3,000 years. It is one of the oldest monotheistic religions and the oldest to survive into the present day. The Hebrews and Israelites were already referred to as Jews later in books of the Tanakh, such as the Book of Esther, with the term Jews replacing the title Children of Israel. Judaism's texts, traditions, and values play a major role in later Abrahamic religions, including Christianity, Islam, and the Baha'i faith. Many aspects of Judaism have also directly or indirectly influenced secular Western ethics and civil law. Abraham, he is the father of the Jews, the first person to enter a covenant with God. He is the first patriarch, or also known as a male power figure. Overview of Judaism. Judaism is the mother faith from which Christianity and Islam developed. All three date back to Abraham, who discovered the one true God. At Mount Sinai, several centuries later, Moses and the Israelites received the Torah, which revealed the way God wished to be served. Belief in one God, as taught by Moses, is the basic principle of Judaism. God. Judaism is based around the idea that God is supreme. He is the creator of all things and the powerful being whom we communicate with through prayer. God appears on almost every page of the Jewish Bible. He is included also in various songs and poems, just to name a few. The 13 Principles of Faith. 1. God created all things. 2. There is only one God. 3. God has no bodily form. 4. God is eternal. 5. We must pray only to God. 6. All the words of the prophets are true. 13 Principles of Faith continued. 7. Moses was the greatest of the prophets. 8. The Torah we have is the same that was given to Moses. 9. The Torah will never be changed. 10. God knows human deeds and thoughts. 11. God rewards good and punishes evil. 12. The Messiah will come to redeem Israel and the world. 13. There will be resurrection of the dead. The Torah and the Tanakh. The Torah is Judaism's most important text. It is composed of the 5 books of Moses. The writings of the Torah are also part of the Tanakh, or also known as the Hebrew Bible, which contains not only the 5 books of Moses. The 5 books of Moses. Genesis. This book talks about the creation of the world, the Great Flood, and also tells the stories of Judaism's patriarchs and matriarchs. These stories begin with Abraham and Sarah and end with Joseph in Egypt. Exodus. This book tells you the story of the Israelites' bondage in Egypt, their journey to Mount Sinai, and their wanderings in the wilderness. Leviticus. This book deals mostly with priestly matters such as ritual, sacrifice, atonement, and ritual purity. Numbers. This book talks about the Israelites' wanderings in the desert as they continue toward the Promised Land. Deuteronomy. This is the final book of the Torah. It recounts the Israelites' journey according to Moses and ends with his death just before they enter the Promised Land. Jewish prayers. Jews pray 3 times a day, though spontaneous prayer may be offered at any time. God accepts prayer in any language, but the official language of Jewish prayer is Hebrew. The Jewish place of worship is the synagogue, where prayer takes place facing Jerusalem. Synagogue. Synagogues are consecrated spaces used for the purpose of prayer, Torah reading, study, and assembly. However, a synagogue is not necessary for worship. There are certain prayers that can only be said in the presence of a group of adult men. Tradition teaches praying with a group is better than praying alone. In addition, the synagogue functions as a social welfare agency, collecting and dispensing money and other items for the aid of the poor and needy within the community. Major points in Judaism history. the return of Jesus Christ, the Holocaust, and the State of Israel being born in 1948. The return of Jesus Christ. The Jews do not believe Jesus Christ is the Messiah, while the Christians believe he is the Messiah. Since both of these disagree on the topic, this has caused the two to separate and become their own religions. This has caused Judaism to either lose a ton of followers or gain some followers. The Holocaust. The Holocaust was the murder of 6 million Jews by the Nazi regime and its people. Holocaust is a word of Greek origin meaning sacrifice by fire. The Nazis, who came to power in Germany in January 1933, believed that Germans were racially superior and that the Jews deemed inferior were a threat to the German community. By 1945, the Germans and their collaborators killed nearly 2 out of every 3 European Jews as part of what they call the final solution. Many Jews would be sent to concentration camps where the Nazis would go on to kill most of the Jews in Europe. The Holocaust continued. The first Nazi concentration camps were erected in Germany in March of 1933, immediately after Hitler became Chancellor and his Nazi party was given control over the police. Used to hold and torture political opponents and union organizers, the camps initially held around 45,000 prisoners each. Many of the prisoners died in the concentration camps through deliberate maltreatment, disease, starvation, and overwork, or were executed as unfit for labor. Major symbols of Judaism: the Star of David, Western Wall, and the menorah. The Star of David. Universal symbol of Judaism, it appears on synagogues, state flag of Israel, and Jewish ritual objects. Appeared as early as 960 BCE. During the Holocaust, Jews had to wear the Star of David on their arm to show they were Jewish. The Western Wall. Located in the holy city of Jerusalem, it is 160 feet in length and 40 feet in height. There are 19 rows of stone that extend under 20 feet under the ground. This is where Jews come to the wall to pray. The menorah, oldest symbol of the Jewish faith. The menorah has 7 branches to symbolize the 7 days of Hanukkah. The menorah stands in all synagogues around the world. The menorah is said to be the symbol of Israel and our mission to be a light unto the nations. Hanukkah. Hanukkah is the 8-day celebration during which Jews commemorate the victory of the Maccabees over the armies of Syria in 165 BCE and the rededication of the temple in Jerusalem. The modern home celebration of Hanukkah centers around the lighting of the menorah. Foods are prepared in oil, including lax, potato pancakes, and savganayat, also known as jelly donuts, and special songs and games are played. Judaism today. The Jewish population of the world today is about 15 million. 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust. The largest Jewish community in the world is in the United States of America, where 6 million Jews live. There are over 5 million Jews in the state of Israel, which is the spiritual and cultural center of world Jewel. Works cited.